passive income. Two words that everyone talks about and almost nobody actually understands. Because here's the truth that most passive income content never tells you. Most passive income streams are not passive. Not at the beginning. Not even close. They require real work, real time, and often real money to get going. And the ones that promise instant passive income with zero effort are almost universally either scams or wildly misleading. But, and this is the important bit, some of them genuinely work. Some of them, once built properly, do generate real money while you sleep. Real money that lands in your account, whether you're working or not. And that changes everything about your financial life. I've tried 7 of them personally with my own money and my own time. Some of them worked brilliantly. Some of them were a complete waste of time. One of them nearly cost me a significant amount of money. Today I'm going to tell you exactly which ones worked, which ones didn't, and what I actually make from each one as honestly as I can. No fluff. No theory, just what actually happened. Let's go. Before I get into the 7 streams, I need to reset your expectations. Because if you go into passive income with the wrong expectations, you'll either give up too early or get burned by something that sounded too good. Here's the real definition of passive income. Income that continues to arrive after the initial work is done. Not income that requires zero work, but income that is not directly proportional to your ongoing time. A job pays you for hours worked. Stop working, stop getting paid. That's active income. Passive income is different. You build something or invest in something or create something, and then that thing generates income whether you're actively working on it or not. But notice the word build. Almost every passive income stream requires a building phase, a period where you are working hard, sometimes very hard, for returns that feel disproportionately small. And only after that building phase does the income start to flow with less active effort. The building phase is where most people quit because it doesn't feel passive. It feels like a lot of work for not much reward. And without understanding that this phase is normal and necessary, people give up right before the income starts to flow properly. So keep that in mind as I walk you through all 7. Every single one had a building phase, some longer than others, but all of them required real work before the passive part kicked in. Right, let's get into them. Passive income stream number 1. Dividend investing. This is the one I'd recommend to almost anyone as a starting point. And here's why. When you buy shares in certain companies that pay dividends, those companies send you a portion of their profits on a regular basis, quarterly, semi-annually, or annually, just for owning the shares. You don't have to do anything, the money arrives. Now, here's the honest reality. To generate meaningful dividend income, you need a meaningful amount invested. If you have £10,000 in dividend paying stocks averaging a 4% yield, you're generating £400 a year, about £33 a month. Not life-changing on its own, but here's what makes dividend investing genuinely powerful. It compounds. You reinvest those dividends to buy more shares. Those shares pay more dividends. You reinvest again. Over 10, 15, 20 years, the snowball becomes genuinely significant. Dividend investing is the most passive income stream I've found. Once you've chosen your investments and set up automatic reinvestment, there is genuinely almost nothing to do. It runs itself. Difficulty to start, low. Time to meaningful income, years. Genuinely passive once set up, absolutely yes. Passive income stream number 2, index fund investing. This one isn't dividend focused, it's total return focused. Your investment grows through a combination of price appreciation and dividends. And while you're in the accumulation phase, you reinvest everything. In retirement or financial independence, you draw down a percentage annually. The 4% rule I mentioned in the levels video applies here. Build a portfolio large enough that 4% of it covers your annual expenses. At that point, your investments are generating your income indefinitely without you doing anything. This is the most reliable passive income stream I know of. Not the fastest, not the most exciting, but the most proven, most accessible, and most likely to actually work for the most people. Difficulty to start, very low. Time to meaningful income, years to decades. genuinely passive. Completely. Passive income stream number 3, digital products. This is one I've done personally and I want to be completely honest about what it involves. Digital products, ebooks, templates, courses, spreadsheet tools, Notion dashboards, guides are created once and sold repeatedly. Someone buys your product at 2 in the morning while you're asleep and the money appears in your account. That part is genuinely passive. But here's what most passive income content conveniently skips. Creating a digital product that actually sells requires real work. Not just making the product, which itself takes significant time and effort, but building the audience or the platform that gets people to it. I've created digital products that sold well and ones that sold almost nothing. The difference was almost always distribution. How many people saw it and had a reason to buy? Without distribution, the most brilliant product makes zero money. If you already have an audience, a YouTube channel, an Instagram following, an email list, a blog, digital products are one of the best passive income streams available. The work is genuinely upfront and the returns can flow for years. If you don't have an audience, you need to build one first, or find a platform like Etsy, Gumroad or Teachable where built-in traffic helps people discover your product. That takes longer, but it is doable. Difficulty to start, medium. Time to meaningful income, months to a year. Genuinely passive after setup, mostly yes, with occasional updates. Passive income stream number 4, YouTube ad revenue. I want to be honest about this one because it's misunderstood constantly. YouTube ad revenue is passive in the sense that old videos keep generating views and ad revenue long after they're published. A video I made years ago still generates income today. That part is genuinely passive. But building a YouTube channel to the point where ad revenue is meaningful is not passive at all. It requires consistent video production, thumbnail design, SEO, audience building for months, often years, before the income becomes significant. The YouTube channels you see generating thousands of pounds a month from ad revenue have almost universally been at it for years. The passive income you see is the result of years of very active work. That said, if you're going to create content anyway, YouTube is one of the best platforms to do it on. The content lasts. Old videos keep working, and once you have a library of content and a growing audience, the passive income component becomes very real. Difficulty to start, low. Time to meaningful income, 1 to 3 years typically. Genuinely passive once established, significantly yes. Passive income stream number 5, peer-to-peer lending. I'm going to be really straight with you about this one because my experience was mixed and I think the honest version is more useful than the polished version. Peer-to-peer lending platforms allow you to lend money directly to individuals or businesses and earn interest on those loans. The interest rates are higher than traditional savings, which sounds great. And in periods where the economy is performing well and default rates are low, it can work reasonably well. But here's what I learned the hard way. When economic conditions deteriorate, default rates increase. And when defaults increase, the returns that looked attractive suddenly look a lot less attractive when you account for the money you're not getting back. Some peer-to-peer platforms have also had serious regulatory and operational problems over the years. Several high-profile platforms have collapsed or frozen withdrawals, leaving investors unable to access their money. My honest assessment, peer-to-peer lending can work in the right economic conditions with the right platforms, but the risk is higher than the headline interest rate suggests. And the passive element breaks down when you have to actively manage defaults or chase platforms about frozen funds. If you use it, use regulated platforms, diversify across many loans, and only invest money you're genuinely prepared to have tied up for a long time. Difficulty to start, medium. Risk level, higher than it appears. Genuinely passive sometimes with caveats. Passive income stream number 6. Renting out assets. This is a broad category and I want to give you the honest version of what it involves. At the most accessible end, you can rent out things you already own. A parking space, a spare room through platforms like Airbnb, storage space, your car through platforms like Turo when you're not using it. These can generate genuinely useful income. A parking space in the right location can generate several £100s a month with almost zero ongoing effort. A spare room can generate significant income, though with more involvement in hosting. The more sophisticated version, buying property specifically to rent, is one of the most proven wealth building strategies in history, but it requires significant capital to start, carries real management responsibilities, and is not as passive as people often assume. Tenants, maintenance, void periods, regulatory compliance, there is real ongoing work involved. My experience: renting out assets I already owned was relatively easy passive income with low effort. Becoming a property investor is a much bigger step that requires treating it like a business, not a passive income stream you can fully set and forget. Difficulty to start, low for existing assets, high for property investment. Genuinely passive partially depends heavily on the asset and the approach. Passive income stream number 7, affiliate income. I've saved this one until last because it genuinely surprised me with how well it worked, and because I think it's one of the most underrated passive income streams available right now. Here's how it works. You recommend products or services. When someone buys through your recommendation link, you earn a commission. No inventory, no customer service, no fulfillment. Just a commission that arrives when someone you've helped makes a purchase. The passive element is genuinely real here. Content I created years ago, articles, videos, recommendations, still generates affiliate commissions today. Someone finds an old piece of content, clicks my affiliate link, makes a purchase, and I earn a commission. I did the work once. The income keeps coming. Now here's the honest reality about what makes affiliate income actually work. First, you need an audience or content that people find. Without that, nobody clicks your links and you earn nothing. This is the same challenge as digital products. Distribution is everything. Second, you need to recommend things you genuinely use and believe in. The affiliate income model collapses very quickly if you start recommending things just for the commission. Your audience loses trust, the clicks dry up, the income disappears. Third, the commissions vary enormously. Some products pay 1 or 2%, some pay 20, 30, even 50% recurring commissions. The products worth recommending in the financial and software spaces often have genuinely high commission rates, which means the income per recommendation can be very meaningful. My honest experience: affiliate income has been one of my most genuinely passive income streams once established. Low, ongoing maintenance, income that continues from old content, and the ability to scale by creating more content rather than by doing more active work. If you have any kind of platform or content presence, affiliate income is worth exploring seriously. Difficulty to start: low to medium. Time to meaningful income: months to a year. Genuinely passive once established: highly, one of the most passive on this list. Right, 7 streams. Let me rank them honestly for someone starting today. If you have money to invest but limited time, start with dividend investing and index funds. Lowest complexity, most proven. Genuinely passive once set up. Start with whatever you can afford and automate contributions. If you have time but limited money, start with digital products or affiliate income. Both require time investment up front but minimal financial investment. Affiliate income especially can generate income from an audience you build gradually. If you have an existing skill or knowledge, seriously consider digital products. Package what you know. Find the right platform for distribution. The upfront work is real, but the passive potential is significant. If you're already creating content, YouTube ad revenue and affiliate income are natural additions. Both leverage content you'd be creating anyway and generate passive income from it long after it's published. What I would not recommend as a starting point: peer-to-peer lending, too much risk for the return in current conditions. Property investment, too much capital and complexity for most people starting out. The honest truth about passive income: there is no perfect single stream. The most financially resilient people I know have multiple streams, usually a combination of investment income and content-based income, that together create genuine financial independence. Start with one. build it properly, and then add the next. Let me leave you with the most important thing I've learned about passive income after trying all 7 of these streams. The passive part is real, but it comes after the active part, and most people never get to the passive part because they give up during the active part. The dividend portfolio that pays you every quarter required years of consistent investing to build. The digital product that sells while you sleep required weeks of creation and months of audience building to reach people. The YouTube video that generates ad revenue 3 years after it was published required the work of making it in the first place. Passive income is not a shortcut. It's a destination. And the route to that destination runs directly through active, consistent, unglamorous work. But here's what makes it worth every bit of that work. The income that flows when the active phase is done is genuinely different from a salary. It doesn't require your presence. It doesn't require your hours. It arrives whether you're working or resting, traveling or sleeping. And that, the genuine uncoupling of your income from your time, is one of the most powerful financial changes you can make to your life. If this video gave you a clearer picture of what passive income actually looks like in the real world, subscribe to this channel. Every week I put out honest, practical content about building real wealth. Drop a comment and tell me, which of the 7 streams are you most interested in starting? I read every comment and I reply to as many as I can. I'll see you in the next one.